Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Inner Hill Tarot, and today we're going to do a long overdue review, shuffling, and a deck interview of the Healing Waves Tarot. If you're before we do all of these beautiful activities together, if you're like my channel and you've been coming back here to watch videos but haven't been subscribing, it would be really nice, and if you find it very helpful, to have you subscribe, like, and comment on my video. That's the only thing that I'm asking to help me to continue this channel, and to be able to bring you more videos like this. Okay, so thank you so much guys for your attention and your energy. I really appreciate your time being here since the beginning of this channel. Okay, so let's start the Healing Waves Tarot review. So first of all, the Healing Waves Tarot gained so much traction and so much hype when it was almost not funded last year, like March or April or something like that. It was in a, I think it's, I don't know if it's Indiegogo or Kickstarter, okay? Don't quote on me. And yeah, Lisa Papes, the amazing Lisa Papes, and her channel, she's really hype it up, not hype it up, but it's like, oh my god, I really like this artwork. And she talked about this deck several times in her channel, and it's gained traction, and in the end it got funded like 500% above the goal of the Kickstarter. And it's yeah, and then since then it's become a kind of a hype, because it's only created 777 deck, and also the water that created to print this deck is holy water, and I totally believe it and understand that, but I will come back to that. But anyway, so yeah, so it's a very interesting deck, because also it's created in the middle of the pandemic time, when everyone really just like online basically every day, right? So I think that's one of the reasons also it's creating the hype. And also on top of that, because after this deck is being created and shipped, it's almost immediately have like some fake decks of this deck are laying around and started to be sold by, I don't know, maybe Chinese seller, maybe other South Asian seller, I don't know about that. But it's also become a different nasty situation on its own, because the counterfeited people are so violent towards the people who want who asking of this deck, is it a real deck or fake deck, and they're just being very violent, and they're even attacking the real creator website, because this tarot doesn't come with the guidebook. Only a very special few people like Lisa got the coffee table guidebook. You know, it's really beautiful. I've seen it. And yeah, one time I saw it being sold in a in an online retailing space for like gazillion money. I'm not gonna say the price, but yeah, it's just the surrounding situation between and also creating a deck when it's the pandemic time. It's you know, when the logistics stops and there is no paper the ink. It's just to me, all of the decks that created during this time is a carrying very interesting energy, like the other one that I'm going to do a review and silent flip through in the future is this deck, which also create another kind of hype and another kind of drama story about the Kickstarter decks, you know. But anyway, that's for another day. back to this Healing Wave Tarot. And so, okay, so I was kind of late in the game. I was not really understand about the magnitude of this deck until I saw the one of the card here, which is the Ace of Pentacles. And this Ace of Pentacles is really, really beautiful. So, you know, mine is like authentic version. And it's really funny. Okay, I'm going back again to the counterfeit situation. So, so Nawan Juasriri, the creator, he said that he's only printed 777 deck, and he didn't put a number on it. But the counterfeited decks does. So it's like, it's really strange. Yeah, it's, and then it's like attacking, like, oh, you don't have any deck number, therefore you're fake. Mine have like, which is really true most of the time in a real situation. A lot of time the situation is reversed, so it's creating a lot of confusion among people, which one is which, you know. So, but anyway, so yeah, I wasn't back to my story again. Why I bought this deck in the end. So I wasn't really aware of this deck until I saw one of the videos from Lisa, and when I see the artwork, I was really, really stunned, because it's really quite beautiful, you know. It has like kind of kind of certain quality to it. I like the watercolor, it seems 3D, if you know what I mean. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I think you can see it in the video as well, because otherwise I wouldn't feel, oh, I have to have this deck kind of feeling. And I also feel that this is what a lot of people feel when they see this deck being promoted in YouTube. And of course, you know, it's creating a hype, and with the story, it's fetching quite a good dollars sign in a lot of the cool lector, you know, not collector but cool lector, people who can pay the money and then sell it, make this deck as an investment, basically, not necessarily want to work with this deck per se. So yeah, so the reason I bought this deck is because this card, the Ace of Earth, which is the Ace of Pentacles, and for me it's like giving me the vibe of like the world is your oyster, you know. It's one of those cards in a deck where I feel like very inspired, especially when it comes to Pentacles, because yeah, one of my situation with my astrological chart is like my Chiron is in Taurus, which is, I have a deep wound to heal. I'm asking for this before birth, of course, but I want the experience to heal the wound from financial troubles, for example. So to see this Ace of Earth with the you know, the world as your oyster is really moving me. So I hunt this deck when it was at the height of the hype. No one sell it yet, you know, because it was just new in the neighborhood. Now you can see this deck pop around here and then, but with like 2 or 3 times of the price than if you buy it from the original store, which is Lazy May store in Etsy. And sometime from time to time, this store, I don't know if it's she or he actually, this store is selling 2 or 3 copy at a time, and you just have to kind of like be on it, you know, like check it very so frequently. So yeah, basically I got the deck and then I took it for a holiday in a seaside, and I start to try to work with it. But actually to work with this deck is not very easy. I think the fact that it's being created with the healing water as a agent to to create it, right? One of the agent to create it, the holy water, to be able to see as an ink, you know. So basically to work with this deck is not very easy in my opinion. Also on top of that, because you don't have the physical guidebook, which is like, for me, is actually a very cardinal thing to have, but I willing to forego because it's a really beautiful deck and I wanted to work with it. But the thing that I encountered with this deck is like it's quite moody, and it's kind of like wanted constant reading with it, you know, because I think it's really lived up to its name, actually, Healing Waves, and it's really true to its purpose. Actually, this deck, it's too true, too good to be true, actually. So even though I'm already putting it an extra layer of blessing water in Ubud Bali, it still retained the original energy, which is like it's kind of like a, I don't want to say this to a beautiful deck, but it's like a coach, you know, like a sport coach, like a person who will wake you up at 5-6 a.m. in the morning, like, come on, you still have 5 kilo 10 kilogram of body fat to go, you know. You need to do this session now, this healing now. And I think, not that I think, but I feel that with the healing journey, it's taken a toll on your emotional and physical body, you know. You cannot go to it every day or even every month. There's a lot of nuggets to come to the consciousness that that you have to see and see again in the image. Look at this like looks really 3D, right? So that's one of the reasons. But yeah, the image itself, when you see it in a physical reality, it's not as vibrant as in the computer, actually, in the camera, which is really interesting because most of the time it's the other way around, which is it has another added depth mystery to it. It seems like it's really a deck that really made to work in a computer, in a internet reality almost, you know. Yeah, but don't quote with me on it. It's just the way that I feel. So basically, yeah, I try to do my own reading and work with it, and it's quite a disaster. It's quite a disaster because if you don't work with it like almost every day, it will put a temper tantrum, and it's kind of demanding me to either put like a meditative music before starting to work with it again, or it's just want me to meditate with it, you know, putting a music and meditate with it before I start working. It's a loyal soldier for emotional healing. It's very cute, and I'm really glad that now this deck has come to fruition. I think it's very necessary for people like us who work in a spiritual industry to keep on doing the healing and inner work journey, the shadow integration, you know, because it's too tempting to keep being the one who give the advice or being in the light all the time, or it's like, yeah, I'm enlightened, you know. It's really easy to falling into this trap for, I don't want to say light workers, but people who in spiritual industry, because it's just this high of the good vibe, you know, the good vibe only situations. And to go into inner work or being told by a deck to do the inner healing, it's it's put you in place, basically. It's humble you. Okay, so that is my story with this deck. So yeah, in review, so I would say if you're someone who brave enough, and be brave to be honest and truly working with tarot to daily, not just for work or means of work, but working on yourself daily, this deck is really good for you, because like I said, it's like a coach. But if you're someone who work with multiple decks all the time, or not really working every day with tarot, and it's just like for your collection, I don't really recommend to get this deck actually, because I think it's been created in certain number 777 with a certain intention with it, and also the fact that it's has been printed with the holy water as ink, part of the ink. It says something. There's a deeper meaning, deeper intention why this is in the world. And as someone who is in a spirituality business, we should give it at least the respect of why this is in the world today. Okay, so I've seen the time, it's already 16 minutes. Let's just for the review, let me go to the deck interview now because otherwise it's going to be a 1 hour video, which is I don't want to do. So for shuffling, it's yeah, it's interesting, this deck, because sometimes it's shuffled beautifully, but sometimes like today, because I haven't worked with it for a while, I guess it's kind of annoyed by me. I don't know. if a deck can get annoyed, it doesn't shuffle very nicely, but I'm trying and I'm being honest. And sometimes working with this deck, prior to work, I ask the deck first, do you want to work together today? Because sometimes it just does. This deck does really have a temperament of its own, at least for me. Please leave in a comment if you don't have this experience with this deck at all. I would love to hear from other people as well. How do they feel about this? How do they feel working with this deck, So as you see, I shuffle quite a lot, this one. So let's start the second part of this video, which is like working with a new deck interview. We're going to do a 3 pile again. So like always, this Atlanticide beautiful skull will be pile number 1 again. Yes, because you're so gorgeous. Let me take away some. And the second pile is this pine cone shape shell. Okay. And the third pile is the Saraswati stone. Okay. It's actually a fossil. Let's say it's a fossil. I don't want to put goddess name Saraswati in a vein. Let's say it's the fossil. Okay. So the first question is, what type of energy work are we meant to do together? What type of energy work that we meant to do together? Oops. Is this I supposed to get? Let's try it again. What type of work are we meant to do together? Sorry. What type of work we are meant to do together, please? I guess the first. For the pile 2, please. Deck. What type of work are we meant to do together? What type of energy work, please? Thank you. Thank you. And question number 2 is, what kind of wisdom are you offering for pile 1? Please stack. What kind of offering? What kind of wisdom you offering? Pile 1 got all the... Anyway, what kind of wisdom you're offering for pile 2, please? And last question is, what card in this deck is a deep teacher for pile 1? What card is the deep teacher energy for pile 2? And pile 3. Okay, so please check which stone that you would like. Is it the Atlanticide skull for pile 1? Is it the pine cone shell for pile 2? Or is it the fossil for pile 3? You can pause the video and do a little bit of meditation with them. There you go. Okay. Let's do pile 1 first. Hi pile 1, if you choose this Atlanticide skull, this pile for you if you decided to want to work with Healing Wave Tarot. So the first question is, what kind of energy work are we meant to do together? Healing Wave Tarot. Oh, so it's okay. So it's the energy of the Queen of Earth, which is in here is depicted as the turtle, Mother Turtle. Okay, so the kind of energy work that this deck want to work with you, pile 1, is the energy of nurturing, of the energy. I don't know, I have the feeling that you're someone who's born in a place and then you go out in the world and then coming back again to the same place you were born, to have a family and raise your kids, you know. I think you're this kind of person. So if you decided to work with this deck, the kind of energy work that it's offer you is the energy of how to do that, basically how to be grounded in your current place in the world, which is where you originally from. Because you know, the turtles, they always go back to where they came from and lay eggs from where they're born. So there's this innate, sorry if it's loud because someone delivered something. Yeah, because what I was saying, yeah, because the turtles, they have this innate GPS inside of them. They know how to come back. And it's also give me the feeling is with the healing wave, it's how to come back to your heart space in this sense. Okay, so this type of energy work that the Healing Wave Tarot wants to work with you is the energy of come back to the heart space, be grounded, and how to give and impart this knowledge also to your kids or the people around you that need it. Okay, this one. And the second question is, what kind of how do you offer and deliver wisdom? What kind of wisdom do you delivered to pile 1, Healing Wave Tarot, please. The King of Air in reverse. So the wisdom, you see, like in this deck, this King of Air is an albatross with that usually flying miles and miles and miles away every day to get the food, and this one is to bring peace or something, and the fact that it's a reverse, it gives me the feeling that it's the wisdom of actually, again, with this together, it's to come back, you know, not to have your mind traveling 1,000 miles per hour, because this is the King of Swords, right? And it's also to give you a wisdom of clarity, actually, the King of Cool. So with this in reverse, it's like probably your thoughts is muddled, and like, was it a right decision for me to actually move back to where I came from, to have a family? So there is this energy of like a regret or something, and so the wisdom is how to release this regret. Basically, that's the energy that I got from this card being in reverse. So the third question is, what card in this deck is the deep teacher for me? 3 of Earth. Okay, in reverse. So 3 of Pentacles is the working together with your teammates. You see, all the crabs looks the same. So with it being in reverse, it's maybe now it's your time to do things solo. You know, you've been going out in the world long enough, and you've been having a lot of good teammates that give you the energy and the knowledge and know-how on how to work together. And there you see, like, this crab is like caressing this crab. So I have a feeling that this pile 1, most of you are this crab, the one that got a lot of information, and you kind of miss your teammates. Of course, they are your soulmates, you know, they're your soul team. But it feels like this deck going to give you a deep teaching on how to use all of this knowledge that you gain from all of these friends and teammates and soulmates, and work solo and gain the same results, you know, the same result nevertheless. So pile 1, if you choose this pile and feel that it's resonate with you and you like this reading, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, a comment, and subscribe to my channel. That's the only way that you can help me personally at this time. So yeah, and please have a nice day anytime you saw this video, and I hope it can give you clarity if you choose to work with this deck. Okay, bye. Hi pile 2, if you choose this cone shape, what do you call it again, thing in the ocean, shell. Sorry, English is not my first language. So this is the reading for you in this deck interview. Okay, so okay, the first question is, what kind of energy work are we meant to do together? So the Healing Wave Tarot would work energetically with you on 10 of Fire, which is 10 of Wands in reverse. So okay, so the type of energy work that I'm seeing here, this is a salamander, right? The salamander, it's a symbol of protection and fire, actually. So it's being 10 of Fire in reverse. It seems to me that the type of energy work the Healing Wave Tarot wants to impart to you is like how to not overwhelm yourself with all of these big ideas in life, you know, how to prioritize. Because yeah, the salamander is a strong animal. It can carry a lot, or it can live in a cave without lights or something. But it's only so much that a salamander can take. And so the wisdom in it is also like there's so much that we can take, you know, in any given time. It's not good for our body, our mind, to work with this type of energy, 10 of Wands energy, overwork ourselves. And I gain the feeling of like you're someone who's like, if back to the gym situation, if you don't feel sore, you don't feel that you went to a gym kind of thing. It's the same philosophy you put in your life. If you're not working hard, if you're not tired, you're not really working, you know. So basically the Healing Wave Tarot say, maybe you still want to do all of these things, but we can prioritize it a little bit, and I can help you with that. That's the energy work that it's offered to you, the energy of distributing, you know, distributing work also, and how to prioritize time. Okay, so the second question is, how do you offer and deliver wisdom to the pile 2 Healing Wave Tarot? What kind of wisdom would you give pile 2? It's the Page of Water. You know, it's the seeker of water. This Page of Cups. It's the new way of feeling, wisdom of a new feeling, a new reality, a new way of seeing things, a new way of feeling things. Okay, so it gave me the feeling that because you're someone who seeing things in one perspective when it comes to emphasizely work, it's to create money, it feels like, and that's why you overwork. That's how it feels. But with the wisdom of Page of Water, which is Page of Cups, it's like a Page of Cups is a page energy. It's a seeker, you know. It's trying to seek if the joy, the emotion. So it's giving the wisdom of, if this kind of situation, when you're given a choice with so many wants, you know, so many responsibility, which one that actually give you joy, which one is actually good for your mental health and for your further self-development. Actually, this is the wisdom that this deck want to give you. And this fish is called the angel fish, and it's living in like the deep sea, I think. So it's kind of give me an extra, and like deep down, you know. That's why this deck is really like, oh my god, this deck is not working in superficial level, you know. It works in like a really deep down emotions. So that's why this deck is not for the faint-hearted, okay? So basically what it's saying also, the wisdom that it want to impart is how to feel, how to reach the depth of your emotion, how to make it calm and feel angelic. You know, that's the wisdom. Okay, and the final question is, what card in this deck is showing up as a deep teacher for pile 2? Temperance. Yeah, you see, I told you. Yeah, Temperance. Have fun, you know. But if you're someone who's like being overworked and to the point that you don't even know anymore why you're doing this work. Oh, it's so cute, this salamander, you know. Yeah, so the deep teacher is deep teaching on how to make priorities, basically, you know. You don't have to always working hard. It's not the point of life, you know. There's a lot of things. Basically, work is not the only thing. Money is not everything. I know it's easier said than done when you're just saying it for the tarot reading. It feels like, yeah, you're easy to do it and then I have to pay the bill. I know what it means, but it's really, money is really not everything. But you have to prioritize it, you know. That's the meaning of this deep teaching. Prioritize how you spend your money. Is it really necessary on doing so many things just because you want to maintain certain lifestyle, you want to people please certain people, you know? Be this mermaid, you know, she's chilling. So yeah, basically pile 2, that's what I have for you today for this Healing Wave Tarot deck interview. If it's resonate with you and you like this video, please like it, subscribe, comment it. If you work with it already, please leave me a comment also, so it's a good feedback for me. But have a nice day and night anytime you watch this video. Okay, pile 2, bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose this fossil as a guidance for your reading today, this is your reading for deck interview with the Healing Wave Tarot. Okay, so let's get to it. So let's ask the first question. What kind of energy work are we meant to work together if you choose to use the Healing Wave Tarot? The first question is the 3 of water. Oh, it's the 3 of cups. So it wants to work with you on the energy of a friendship, basically. How to go with the flow in your friendship situation. Because you see, like, the 3 of water with the jellyfish here. Jellyfish doesn't have any aim, you know. It's just like, of course it has a movement and it has like drive to go somewhere, especially when it's going to eat, but the only drive is actually to search for warmer waters, actually. And when they are in the warmer waters, they can grow really, really huge, this people, this jellyfish. So it's giving me the vibe that probably you live in somewhere cold or something, and or maybe in an area or in a country where the people are cold, you know. It's not very emotionally open, or it's not very expressive. Maybe they're emotional but not very expressive. And it seems like the Healing Wave Tarot wants to do an energy work with you in terms of that, and how you to achieve friendship, happiness, and warmness in your life, basically. Okay, so that's the first question. And the second one is like, the second question is, what kind of wisdom do you offer for pile number 2, Healing Wave Tarot? The energy of 2 of air. Wow. So this is like the wisdom of thinking about things in the 2 sides, you know. So you're not, it's a wisdom of 2 sides of the coin, basically. So the Healing Wave Tarot wants to give you the wisdom on how to think of a lot of issues in your life in 2 different sides of the story. Okay, so this is the wisdom that I see with this card. Interesting. Okay. And also I read the wisdom on how to do it with the moon energy, basically. Okay. So the last question is, what card in this deck is showing up as a deep teacher for me? So the deep teaching of this deck, if you so choose to work with it, is Eight of Earth. Okay, so the deep teacher is, okay, now I get it. So maybe sometimes that you're someone who's because you're lonely and because you need warmth in your life, you're not so concentrated in the job or something like this, and you're kind of scattered brain or something. I don't know, it's just the feeling that I get when I see the card, the Eight of Earth. Because look at this crab, he's working very diligently in making this necklace, you know. And for a crab to make this artwork, holy shit, it's taking forever, right? First of all, he's a crab, so to get the pearl itself, it's not very easy. He or she, that crab need to have a very solid focus to be able to create this necklace. So basically the deep teaching of this healing wave tarot that wants to give to you is the teaching of deep focus, you know, the laser point focus that you saw. This, look at his eyes, his cute eyes. I didn't even really see it before. His eyes is really look intently on what he's doing, you know, to keep a very solid focus in your life, in the term of what you're doing in term of work, basically. Not so much in a relationship, but maybe that's why it's come in here with the energy of a friend. Oh, I think it's really also with the energy. It wants, the healing wave tarot wants to teach you on which side of the friendship you can focus on, which kind of friends that give you warmth instead of just like fake friends. If you see like this Two of Water, one is looking at the Three of Water and the Eight of Earth, and they are like so well balanced between each other. So it's like, it's also want to give you a wisdom on how to balance your social life, your love life, your, if you're a parent, your parental life, with on how to balance it with your laser focus on your craft, you know, your work. It gave me a feeling that you're not someone who worked for someone else. You're an artist, you know. It's not just making the beats, but you really created everything from scratch, basically, like looking for the raw materials. So it's a lot of work, and a lot of times it can, this side of things, the social life of things, you let it to distract you, you know. And the healing wave tarot said, no, there is a wisdom of in how you do things, and I want to work with you on that. And I want to use the moon power to harness the moon energy to help you balance this. Which one that I want to see more, you know, which one that I need now most. Okay, so that is the deck interview that I get. So pile 3, if you feel that this video resonated with you and you like this video, please leave me a comment, like it, subscribe it, because this is the only way right now that you can support me to keep me going. And I'm also in this in this energy, you know, like balancing this craft that I'm making with my social life. So it will help and really validate me. Actually, it's not that I'm needy, but it really help if you can help subscribe and leave a comment for me. Okay, I hope it's you have a really nice day and night, and I appreciate your energy, because you're in the same boat as me with this deck, actually. So thank you so much, pile 3, and I hope you have a very nice day and night wherever you are. Bye.